All of the artifacts you see displayed on this table came from a single site in southwest Missouri. This site is on private property and lies right next to a stream. There was some construction being done on this site in the summer of 2008. In late June of 2008, there was a big thunderstorm. The stream overflowed and went through this construction site, revealing everything that you see here. I got permission to search this site, and most of what you see on this table, though not all of it, was found in a short 3-hour time span on that day, July 1st. As in most sites, there was a lot of stuff that was broken, as we see here. Stuff is more or less kind of nondescript. I found several large nodules like this that looked to be cores that were being used as raw materials for breaking off flakes and then making tools from it. Most of the material is Burlington chert, though there is some stuff that is not Burlington chert. I'm not sure what these materials are. This has a brownish, orangish tan cast to it. I've got another larger piece made out of that. As I said, most of the pieces were broken. As I went into this site, there were literally flakes everywhere. They littered the ground. I could have filled up several wheelbarrows full of just flakes and debitage. In fact, I had to unload my carrying bag 2 or 3 times, and by the time I was done after 3 hours, I had literally filled up the back end of my van. There were scrapers and choppers of all sorts, as you can see here. These are the ones that are not so finely made, but still they were worthy of being picked up. Here's a piece, very thin, looks like possibly the tip of a large knife. You'll see on some of these I've written A1, that's just my own designation of the site. This is a large piece of Burlington chert, heat treated. It's got that orangish, pinkish cast to it, very waxy feel to it. Of all the pieces that I wish were whole, that's the one I wish. A friend suggested that possibly that was Hopewell. Up here I have more of the smaller pieces, broken points. As you can see here, I've got stems, busted stems, possibly a Dixon there in the corner. Someone suggested a Calf Creek here. I don't think so, though. Possible Etleys, Smith points. Can't be sure. Here's some busted points. Here's a busted Dixon. Definitely a multi-component site. I did not find any hard stone artifacts or any pottery or anything of that nature, though. Did find several pieces with nice needle tips, as you see on this point tip here. You'll see some more like that here in a moment. Just another utility knife-like thing. Here's some large broken pieces that I found. This is right at 3 inches for this one, and then they get a little bit smaller. This one here was sticking right up out of the ground in the dirt. These 3 chips were sitting right on top of it. Apparently the front end loader or whatever it was that was scraping the soil just busted that. I looked for pieces that fit together, never found any at that site. Another site that someone suggested could be, another piece that someone suggested might be Hopewell. Large tip to a knife, very thin. This is the largest piece from the site. It's right at 6 inches long, either a preform or maybe just a large utility knife of some sort. Here's that other material. I'm not sure what it is, but another large preform. More blades and scrapers. I found 3 of these choppers or axes or celts. You tell me what you think it is. Possibly even a hoe. Here's the largest of them. It has some fossil inclusions. It's right at 4.5 inches long. This one has that sheen to the bit. Makes it look like it's been used in the ground for maybe digging up dirt. Maybe it was used as a hoe. Some more blades. This one has a very keen edge to it still very sharp. This one here will always be special to me. My son Michael Paul, who was 6 years old at the time, walked along and found that just sticking out of the ground about that much, and he pulled up his first artifact, a big knife there. And how long is that? That's right at 4.25 inches. Here's another large part of a blade, very thin, and another knife. Some more points up here, smaller. We're looking at 2.5 inches for some of these. This was the only beveled piece I found. It's a tip of a knife. You can see it's been resharpened. You can see the bevel on that. See if I can get some contrast there. One edge lowered and the other raised. Another needle tip right here. Look at the fine tip on that. Here's another needle tip. This one was kind of the heartbreaker. This one has a brand new break right here on this ear. That would have been a beautiful piece. Well, it still is a beautiful piece. More points. I spoke to some gentlemen who were working there on this site. They said the day before I arrived, one of their co-workers had walked through the site just on his lunch break and picked up 10 pieces just like this. Wasn't even looking for them. I found this grand cave there. Looks like it's been resharpened. It's right at 2.5 inches, 2 5/8 or so. And this Greenbrier Dalton. Again, this has a needle tip. This was the most complete piece from the site. And I have some in situ pictures that I will post later on, and you'll get to see just how I picked all these up one after the other. And I have a time frame on each of those, and you'll be able to see. All of these that I've just showed you were found, as I said, in only 3 hours. I went back in December. I do not live in Missouri. And I found all of these. Another large chopper. I have another one that I accidentally left down there that I've not shown you here. A snap base Kirk. I got some video of this that I'll post, and I thought it was busted, but it's not. And that's just the way it was made. A resharpened knife. This one's right at just under 4 inches. Another needle tip. Got a nice video of my friend pulling that out of the ground. My friend Steve Yoder went back to this site the day after I did, and he says he found 19 bird points one day and 11 the next day. So he had one of the best days of searching he had ever had too. Here, this is some very fine bird points. You can see the serration here, I hope. Very fine. And an extremely thin, fine blade that I walked past thinking it was just a flake, as these are, these micro blades. Well, there it is, one site. Most of it in 3 hours. July 1st, 2008 is a day I will not soon forget, and probably not very soon duplicate either.